Good morning, everybody. Going to go over our Forex trades for Friday, October 3rd. We had two trades, pulled out 18.5 pips. You'll see what we did. I know looking at this chart right off the bat, you see we picked up 3.7 pips, which is nothing, only to see this huge sell-off, but we'll go over that in a second. We did have it's the first Friday of the month, so we get the non-farm payroll always on the first Friday of every month. It's the biggest number of any economic data released in the United States, and you're going to hear all the talking heads on TV. The number was better than expected, so more jobs were created. Unemployment ticked down to 5.9% from 6.1%. Real unemployment ticked down from 12.1 to 11.9%. So the headline looks great, and we said this as soon as the number came out, and once we saw the data. We told our guys that the labor participation rate also ticked down, which is a horrible sign. Again, it's at 30-plus year lows, over 30-year lows, and it keeps going lower. So we have an underlying structural problem in jobs in America. And lo and behold, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes later on Bloomberg TV, Mohammed El-Arian, who was one of the co-founders of PIMCO, the largest bond fund in the world, said the exact same thing, almost verbatim. He said, headline's great, structural problem. You cannot have a thriving economy with this labor participation rate at these levels, at 1970 something levels. It's not going to happen. And don't let we're just telling you, don't let the headlines fool you. Anyway, let's get to our trading. We had two trades, pulled out the 18.5 pips. The first trade you're looking at here was New Zealand dollar. It's US dollar, which we were short, 0.78592. This happened last evening. We got the position on before we shut the computers off. So therefore, we put our profit target at I believe we put it around 0.7842 area, 45 area, and it didn't hit it. We came into the office about 6:30 this morning on the East Coast here to find it at right where you see where we covered 0.78555. So we picked up 3.7 pips. We wanted to be out before that non-farm payroll number comes out. And this is what the big drop is here. This huge drop. This is at 8:30 when the number came out, making the dollar strong and crushing the New Zealand dollar. This is not a risk we're willing to take. You know that by now. But if you're following our videos or if you're following us for trading, this is not a risk that we're willing to take. So we're going to be in cash before that number comes out. Because as you see this, as it worked out in this situation, it completed the complete opposite. You could be looking at a huge blue candle, as you see here, and you could be short this thing and scrambling to get out. And maybe you say you can only risk 20 or 30 pips on it, but when it's moving that fast, if you don't make your decision in a split second, before you know it, you're losing 40 or 50 pips or more. So, like I said, not a risk we're willing to take. We don't know what that economics number is going to be. We don't know that non-farm payroll number. Very few people in the world know that number prior to it coming out, and they can't trade it anyway. They can't trade before it. They probably can't even have an account for that matter, but it would be illegal for them to trade. So if you take this risk, to us, it's like going to Atlantic City or Vegas and putting money on black or red. You might as well just gamble it, because again, unless you're willing to take the loss. Unless you're willing to know that you could take 40, 50, 80, 100 pip loss. I mean, this is a 100 pip, over 100 pip move at the bottom here. So if you're prepared for it, God bless you. Okay, next trade we were in was a short in pound US dollar. This got triggered while we were not in the office. Short 1.60898. Before shutting the computer off and retiring for the night. We put our profit target in 1.60750. That's where we covered. We picked up 14.8 pips. We came in this morning around 6:30, and actually when we turned the computer on, it was around 1.6066, I believe I saw, or 67. So we knew we left, about 8 or 9 pips on the table at that time. But we're not going to worry about that. We put our target in to pick up 14.8 pips, and we got hit. Nice move. And then here again, same thing with this. This huge red candle here is a non-farm payroll, strong for the U.S. dollar, weakening the pound. So again, not something we're willing to take a risk on. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up. And this trading week was a profitable week. We didn't blow the doors off the hinges, but we'll take it. If you're still trading now, good luck to you. If any signals happen to come out, we'll be sending them to you. We won't be taking any positions because we don't want to be in anything over the weekend where you could be gapped on Sunday evening. So that's it. We'll wrap it up. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back Monday.